Hi, our group in this video presentation for IBUS 212 is Lizzie Allen, Cora Gu, Alicia Morris, and Isabella Ulrich. Japan and Thailand are our chosen countries for our analysis on specific international management practices that our New Zealand firm should aim to adapt. We've focused our analysis on a medium-sized food and beverage company that operates in New Zealand and has an annual revenue of 100 million. This company is looking to enter the international market by setting up offices in Japan and Thailand. These offshore offices will have 1 to 2 New Zealanders and the rest will be host country nationals. The 3 practices discussed in this video are motivation, communication practices, and negotiation styles.
The 2 managerial functions that best suit this organisation is controlling and organising. Firstly, controlling is a function of management that links to the organisation, as controlling must occur at both the headquarters in New Zealand and the offshore markets in Japan and Thailand. By doing this, it will ensure all members are performing effectively and efficiently to accomplish the business goals. Secondly, organising is a function of management that involves developing an organisational structure of the business's human resources to enhance their goals and activities. To achieve this, the business must allocate specific jobs to different people, including workers at the headquarters in New Zealand and those working in Japan and Thailand. These managerial functions act in the top and middle levels of the organisation. Firstly, since the company has multiple lines of business, this falls into the top strategical level of management. At this top level of management, managers organise and control human resources to determine strategies for the organisation to accomplish their goals. This also intertwines with the middle level of management. Managers at the offshore markets in Japan and Thailand must follow similar features at the top level, but adjust to organising and controlling of the lower level workers. This will ensure that they perform effectively and efficiently to accomplish the top level goals.
For my part of the presentation, I will be looking at the managerial practices of communication and negotiation styles. Power distance. Japan scores 54, with a relatively hierarchical society where seniority is important in negotiations. Thailand scores 64. This indicates hierarchies are important but can be age-related or related to social status. New Zealand, on the other hand, scores 22, where hierarchies are purely created for convenience. Uncertainty avoidance. Japan scores 92 and is driven to avoid uncertainty. People and companies want to know how to respond in any given situation. Thailand scores 64 and is moderately risk-averse. Formally, they are suspicious of change. However, informally, they are often looking to bend the rules. New Zealand scores an intermediate 49, indicating they can tolerate some uncertainty. How to adapt in each market. I would suggest our New Zealand firm adapt to the 2 markets like this. Communication practices. In Japan, the New Zealand firm will need to place a sufficiently senior, respected person at the head. They need to communicate clearly, directly, and in an unambiguous style. In Thailand, communication styles are heavily formalised. New Zealanders should learn the basic type protocols and greetings, along with honorific usage. Negotiation styles. Japanese negotiators try to avoid conflict. They stress areas of agreement and look for compromise. It's a non-argumentative style and can take time. Thai negotiators do not like conflict and are prepared to compromise more. The first meeting is often for establishing rapport, and important decisions are only made in subsequent meetings.
The social cultural difference could impact on how individuals perceive motivation. As a result, for establishing subsidiaries in countries like Thailand and Japan, the motivation method could be quite different from New Zealand. In these 2 countries, people's different level of individualism, masculinity, and uncertainty avoidance, long-term orientation could lead to a completely different result with the same policies. For instance, in Japan, the uncertainty avoidance is significantly higher than New Zealand and Thailand. That means motivation methods such as low base income plus high incentive will not work as well in Japan as in the other 2 countries. Japanese employees will tend to prefer a more secure or stable career rather than taking too many risks, even when sometimes those risks can bring good potentials. If this company is going to establish sales teams in both Thailand and Japan, then they definitely cannot ignore those differences in the host country's culture. In Japan, the better way of motivating the staffs is probably to provide them with a secured working environment and make the employees feel safe. Whereas in Thailand, the company could implement a slightly more challenging strategy.
Marketing is a management practice that is outside of the HRM functional area. It is important for companies expanding to international markets to have marketing strategies in place to maximize interest in their products. A specific area of marketing where these strategies are important is in determining the price of products. Due to the differences in markets, it will be the offshore offices that will be determining the pricing. Thai and Japanese markets are highly influenced by luxury products. However, the consumers from both countries are loyal to their favourite luxury brands, only willing to spend large amounts of money in these stores. This differs from New Zealand, where consumers are more focused on convenience and whether it is made in New Zealand. The knowledge of the host countries of the host nationals within these offshore teams will greatly contribute to the marketing and price assigning of the products.
It has always been a challenge for businesses to decide which market to expand to and operate in. The business environment in Japan and Thailand have their unique potentials and risks. As a result, in terms of the international human resource management in these two countries, managers should also implement different strategies in order to adapt into the host country's culture.